Hi everyone, how you doing today? This is your boy Root Boy. I'm here with another code example in C. This time it's a nice game. This is my second game that I've worked on. I worked on a tic-tac-toe game. Then I'm working on this game. It's a Space Invader game. And I did it two ways. This is all my code. I did it two ways. The first way was to have it done via an algorithm which drew out everything. It drew the grid, and it drew in the enemy, and it drew the shooter. I'll show you here. And this is the first way I did it. This is just a 10 by 10. It's using the default fonts. So this is a 10 by 10. It's quite large, but it's a 10 by 10. And you can see I don't have the bombs dropping all the way yet in this game, but you can see it moves side to side pretty good, and this is cool. I don't have the bombs dropping in this one. I didn't work on that yet. It was a challenge, but I did solve it. Anyway, that's that one. And I saw on this one I have here. Oh, let me just show you real briefly the logic I used to draw the grid. This is it here. Fill grid. I'm using this method to fill it. You see, I use all these logical operators here, and that basically gets me my my grid and inserts the shooter and inserts the enemy, the invader, here in a particular way, in a particular spot, using logical operators. Then I just put in the shooter at some random spot, but it's not random, but some spot in the thing. That's that logic to draw the grid and the shooter and the enemy. Now there's this one here where it's a little bit more convenient. This is the 2D array, and you just draw out, basically insert the characters into the 2D array. This is a 10 by 20, and the convenient method with this is that what you see is what you get. This is WYSIWYG right here. It's using, if that's the font you're using, that's exactly the font size that's going to be used on the screen. So here I just filled in the 2D array with, this is the grid. I filled in the shooter, and I filled in the enemy. The good thing about this is that you can change the look of the game on the fly. You can just go here and change whatever you want to change, and then you can see exactly how it's going to look when it comes out. But because the font is kind of small, what you see is what you get here. This is a 10 by 20, and look how small it is compared to the other grid, which is a 10 by 10. Alright, let me execute this here. Look how small that is. But the range of motion is much wider. It's in smaller increments, but it's much wider. See? Then I have the bombs dropping from the invaders. I don't have the invaders moving in this one. That's fine. Okay, I'm just stepping through. It's not in a loop or anything. I'm just stepping through. I don't have a way to check whether I'm done, or, well, I can put that in as easy. Keep a score to break out of a infinite loop or something. You can break the loop. I don't have a loop in. I'm just stepping through the program right now. It's just easier to do it that way. The only downside about this method here, is that it's more difficult to make it variable, right? If I want a bigger grid, then I have to go in, I have to change these numbers here, then I have to add all the extra characters, make sure I count them correctly, and all that, and then I'll have to go through the program again and look for where I hard code these positions. These positions aren't variable and all that. It's a little bit more challenging if you have to change the size of the game in this instance here, rather than here. All I have to basically do is change these two numbers here, and that will just change the size of the game, given that I've used, instead of hard coding the grid, given that I've used variables in the wherever I need to use. But you see, like here I hard coded this grid, so this is hard coded. This is not variable. To make this variable, I'll have to do row -1, and here, because it's 0, I'll have to do well, I can leave that as 0, but like here I'll have to do column -1, and that would make the game variable. So once I'm done with it, to change the size of the game would be pretty easy. You know, I just have to I'll just have to change those two numbers up top here, those two constant here, and then the size of the game would get changed. Okay, just gonna slowly scroll through this code. If you want it, you can copy it down, pause your screen and copy it down. Then you can add in the shooter, the bombs dropping, because I don't have it in this code, and you can just pause your screen and copy it down if you want. Okay, so that's this one. This is not working yet in this code. I'm just going to comment this out. This is not working. Okay, but in this code everything's working. I got everything to work, and I used some different keywords. I used, in this one I used switch case to look for whether this is the direction. This controls the direction of my shooter. I have my two greater than and less than sign. The keys are together, and directly above that I have the letter L, and I just use the letter L as a shoot. So I have this triangle formation with those keys. That's just convenient for me, which I use. And this is L. This is L. That's when this is detected, it creates the bullet. Alright, so this is this code here. The switch case made it a little bit easier using the switch case. Made the program a little bit shorter, but just a little bit, or maybe a lot of it, because the other code is 400 plus lines. This is, let me see here, 300, not even 300 lines. Not even 300 lines. But then the invaders aren't moving in this code. I don't have them moving, but they are moving in the first code I showed you. Okay, so if you want to copy that down, you can just pause your screen and copy it down. So that's working cool. Let me just show you one more time. This is a shooting here. I'm dropping bombs and making impact and beeping when it makes an impact, detects an impact, blah blah blah. Okay, same thing with this code here. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit bigger. The invaders are moving, and the bombs aren't dropping though. They're created, but I did not include the algorithm for them to drop, right? But it is in this code. The algorithm to drop the bombs is in this code, and you'll see how I did that. You have to sort of reverse the direction of the when you the start of the loop. Instead of starting from column 0, row 0, you have to start from column 7, which is where the shooter is. Column 7, row 18, row 7, column 18, and then go backwards through the row. If you try to go forwards, the bombs will drop in one go. You have to go backwards because of the way the code executes. You have to go backwards searching for the bombs, because the bombs is going down. The bullets going up, you have to go forwards in your searching from row 0, column 0, and then come searching down. Alright, so I might do a couple of videos showing how I actually created this. I don't know, there's a bunch of them on the internet. I don't see why I have to add it again. So there's the complete code for that, and have fun. I'm done with this one. I'll stick a fork in it. I'm done. Have fun coding, guys. Peace.